What's going on, guys? Tony Ivanov here with another video lesson, and today I'm going to talk about the 3 trades I took today. 2 were losers, 1 was a winner. Overall, I lost around $96 today. Not the best day whatsoever, and I'm going to really be just reducing my risk, taking smaller and smaller position sizes until I can regain my consistency. Now, I don't want to blame the market completely because it is my fault as well, but we have been seeing some extravagant crashes in the market the past 3 days. On Friday and Monday, we had just enormous crashes. On Friday we lost around 670 points on the Dow Jones. On yesterday we lost 1,500 points. So it's been a very choppy market, and I have not been able to adapt accordingly to the market. I have learned some things along the way for sure, and I've come up with, what you should trade and what's the best thing to trade during a crashing market. So stay tuned for that if you want to find out what it is. But first, every single day I give away $25 and it goes to a random commenter from the previous video lesson. So we're gonna do that right now. And if you want a chance to win this $25, all you have to do is leave a like, leave a comment, and leave a subscription, and you'll enter into the raffle. So Blunson Bills says, "Thanks, man, keep it up." I definitely will. Thank you for watching. Send me a YouTube message with your PayPal email, and I'll send over that $25 as soon as I get your information. So let's just jump right into how I traded today, what I did pre-market, at market open, and later on in the day. So during pre-market, I was looking at my trade ideas scanners, and there was nothing moving whatsoever. The pre-market was very, very, very dead. There were only 2 stocks gapping up. One was INPX, which was a reverse split, so that didn't count. The other one was just some random stock that had a huge float and was not tradable. So during pre-market, I had came up with the idea that, okay, I can already tell that it's going to be a very choppy day today. So I'm not going to really have any plans to trade. If there's an opportunity, I'll trade it. But if not, then I don't want to trade just because I'm bored. And also because I've been taking losses for the past few days, I really have to scale back my size, reduce my risk, and just be a lot pickier with my trades. And also with the Dow Jones, the futures this pre-market were showing a 1,000 point drop again. So like I said, Friday we dropped 670 points. Yesterday we dropped 1,500 points, and this pre-market said that we're going to be dropping another 1,000 points. So I was prepared to not trade right out of the gates because the market was going to be crashing. So right at the market open, you can see the Dow Jones gapped down around 2.5%, and then the next minute we had a very strong bounce, and we bounced up around 5%. So that was a very good bounce for the market. Very strong bounce. Bounced up around like 3.9% from top to bottom. And once I saw it cross over this red to green area, I was like, my idea was, okay, if we can hold above red to green, it'll be a very good luck for the day. We might have some more volume, volatility, and better opportunities to trade. But you can see the Dow Jones was just very volatile, very choppy, meaning that the overall market was just having just huge swings back and forth. And I traded, the first thing I traded was ARGS. ARGS had a very nice red to green move here. Not red to green move, had a very nice U-shaped breakout here in the morning. I did not catch this breakout because I was not watching it, but the first time I saw it was here in the 228 area, and I didn't want to jump in because I was 8 cents above the breakout, and I really wanted to be very picky with my buying because I have been taking some losses. Not any big losses, thankfully, because I'm really good at cutting my losses fast. But even if you cut your losses fast, if you continue to take losses, it can just stack up. You know how I say that your small wins will add up? Well, your small losses will add up too. So if you're consistently taking small losses, you have to understand that and really just reduce your risk and reduce how much you're trading with, because if you just keep taking small losses, you're gonna just slowly eat away at your account. Now, you know, it's kind of embarrassing to say I've been taking constant losses, and but at the same time, a good trader would recognize when he's not doing the best, and, you know, use the appropriate steps necessary to stop that from happening further. So I have taken the appropriate steps necessary. 1, reducing my risk, taking less size in my trades. 2, being a lot pickier with my trades. And 3, if I continue to take losses this week, next week I'm going to start paper trading again. Like I said, it's pretty embarrassing to say, but I'm going to be 100% transparent with all of you guys, because that's really my goal with this channel. And everyone, as traders, you have to understand, you will not be profitable every single day, every single week, all the time. You will have ups and downs. You will have these down weeks where you're just not doing good. The best thing you can do is recognize when that's happening, and like I said, take the appropriate steps necessary. So one of those steps is, if I continue to take losses this week after this huge market crash, I'm going to go back into paper trading and practice my patterns and strategies and consistency there. Once I regain that consistency, I'm going to go back into my real account and start with a small size and slowly build up, regain my confidence. So first trade was ARGS. Didn't buy this breakout. I didn't chase it. The first place that I bought was the second U-shaped breakout here at $2.55. Had an average of 500 shares at the $2.56. Popped up, hit 260. We had a double top right there. We fell back down, so I was trying to sell. My stop loss was underneath 250. And if you watched yesterday's video lesson, I was using hotkeys, because I just started to use hotkeys. I finally understand how to work them with E-Trade. So I bought using a hotkey, but when I was trying to sell, my sell button wasn't working. I kept pressing it and it wasn't selling, so I had to go in, make a manual order, and because of that, I took a bigger loss than I expected. So I sold my 500 shares at an average of $2.41. So lost around 12 cents per share on that one, so around $70, which is not a big loss whatsoever, because my account size is over 15,000. But you know, those small losses will add up if you just keep taking them. So the first trade was a loss, and that was kind of disappointing. So I did not trade ARGS after that. Later on in the day, we did have a very nice dip buy opportunity where it bounced off of the previous high of day here at $2.20. It squeezed up around 20 cents per share, so you could have made a nice 9% profit on that trade. But I did not trade it, so no big deal. Next one I traded was QTNT, because it popped up on the low float scanner. Now this does not have a low float, it has around a 27 million share float, but it popped up anyways, mainly because my low float scanner has a range of like 1 million shares to 50 million shares, just in case there's, you know, some big runners. And QTNT was a very big runner. So QTNT was the same exact pattern as ARGS, buying that U-shape high of day breakout. So I got into QTNT with 500 shares at 396 was my average, and because I wanted to make sure that my hotkeys worked this time, when I bought, it worked just fine. And once we had this pop up to the $4.10 area, I hit my sell button and it worked immediately. So I got out at an average of $4.06, so made around 10 cents per share on that trade. So basically made back my losses on ARGS. So at this point, I was just, you know, flat on the day, no wins, no losses, just a flat account, no profits. It did go higher, which, you know, is kind of unfortunate, but at the same time, really my main reason I took this trade was just to practice my hotkeys. I wanted to see if when I bought it worked. I wanted to see if when I sold it worked, because on ARGS it didn't. So I'm glad I practiced using the hotkeys, because I'm going to be using these more and more and more as I scale up my account or position size. So I just want to be sure that I'm using them correctly. So QTNT basically made back my losses on ARGS. So after that, it was around 1 hour after the market opened, so I was done trading for the day. Went to the gym, showered, had some breakfast, and then came back to the market at around 1:30 p.m. and saw DGLY spiking up huge. DGLY had a very massive spike, over $1 per share, because they had news with a multi-year partnership with NASCAR. So let me just bring it up real fast. DGLY. Not gonna let me type in DGLY. I'm not sure why. There we go. Had to do something weird with my keyboard there. So DGLY. Digital Ally becomes new official technology provider of NASCAR. So that's very good news. Announces a multi-year partnership with DGLY. Very good news. So at face value, it's very good news. You know, multi-year contract with NASCAR. It's a huge corporation, a huge just the sports event. So it should get some hype and volume. So it did. Had a very nice spike from $2.25 up to $3.20. One thing about this stock is that it is part of the 5-cent tick program, which means that you can only buy and sell in increments of 5 cents. So that makes it a lot more volatile, but also a lot more risky, because no matter what, you'll take at least a 5-cent loss on this stock. I mean, you could break even, but the least you can lose it is 5 cents, basically. So I missed the whole spike because I did not see this. The point that I saw it was at like $3.10, but of course I did not want to chase it because it was up already over $1 per share. I was waiting for it to have that pullback and do some consolidation and make a next leg up, but we did not get that whatsoever. Instead, once we dropped back down, we found support at 265, and once it broke this trend line, I took a position of 500 shares at 265, hoping to get a squeeze up towards VWAP and use that as my sell target. Reason why I didn't use the high of day as my sell target was because this had dropped, you know, pretty far down. If this was a stronger play and had potential to have a next leg up and squeeze through the high of day, it would have probably stopped around 290, 280, held VWAP ideally, and then squeeze up higher. But because it broke below VWAP, I used VWAP as my sell target if it could get back up there. But it did not get back up to VWAP. We popped up to 275, and then we just had no volume whatsoever. We fell back down, broke below 265, and I sold for basically scratch. I think my buy average was 266 and my sell average was 263. So 3 cents per share on 500 shares. It's around $15. Not a big deal whatsoever. And you can see I'm glad I cut my losses because it's now down in the 230s. So it was just a pure pump and dump. The news didn't matter whatsoever because I went back and read into the news, and the partnership basically just means that DGLY will provide cameras that will be mounted in the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series garage throughout the series. So this news would have been a lot better if they were mounting cameras into the cars themselves, because the cars, you know, they stream to TV, and if word gets out that DGLY is supplying these TV streaming cameras, then it will be a lot more valued. But just having cameras in a garage is not a big deal whatsoever. So pure pump and dump play on that PR, spiked up, fell back down, did nothing whatsoever. Now, earlier I was talking about, you know, what you should trade when the markets are down, and that is the TVIX. So this is an ETF that basically just gauges the fear in the market. That's what it's known to do. Whenever the markets drop, the TVIX spikes. So as you can see, TVIX had a very nice breakout here over $7.28, spiked up to a high of, you know, almost $16. So you could have made a very nice profit there of around 111%. So very nice spike. And you know, I didn't know about this ETF. I've heard of it, but I didn't really know to watch it during market crashes, because this is where all the opportunity was. This is where all the traders were trading for the past 2 days. That's why we've seen no volume in these regular stocks, because everyone is trading the TVIX, because you can see it had some very big swings, some very big swings. You can see how volatile it is. You know, just today alone, we dropped down to $7.98. We spiked up to $16. So right there, you could have made 100% if you held that whole bounce. And you know, this is a classic bounce pattern where we have a huge panic. We find support, bounce, make a higher low, and break that high. If you want to play something like this, the ideal place to buy would be the breakout over this previous top, because then you know it's a confirmed bounce and it's just going to squeeze up higher. So TVIX, it was a good lesson for me and my students, and it's a good lesson for you guys too. If you did not know this, TVIX is the ideal thing to trade when the markets are choppy and volatile, because that's where all the volatility is. So missed out on TVIX a bunch. Wish I knew about it earlier, but that's no big deal. Now I'm prepared for the next time the market does happen to have a big panic, which not saying it's going to be soon, but whenever it does, I will know. Okay, markets are dropping. Let's look at TVIX, see what kind of trades we can make. So just to recap, 3 trades today, 2 losers, 1 winner. Overall, I'm down around $80 on the day. And one thing I learned about trading when the markets are down is that if there's no good plays in the small cap market, look towards the TVIX ETF, because that usually has very good swings whenever the market is choppy and there's fear in the market. And there's definitely fear in the market today because we were dropping like crazy. However, one good thing is that it looks like we're holding some support now, and if the major indexes can close green on the day, we should see a nice bounce continuation tomorrow, because we did have some very big sell-offs the past 2 days, and it's not going to happen forever. We have to have some bounces in there. So hopefully this can close green and we can have a nice green day tomorrow and regain that volume in the market. So that's it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed this lesson. If you did, leave a like, leave a comment down below, and leave a subscription. I'd really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next video.